They met by chance, in a place neither of them had planned to be, in a moment neither of them was looking for anyone. But life sometimes doesn't ask for permission. It brings together who it wants and leaves them to discover why. Her name was Salma, his name was Adam, and between the two names there was a story no one wrote. It wrote itself. A glance that lasted a little too long, a smile that came before the mind could allow it, and words that started light, then became the only thing they waited for each day. Their love was not loud. It wasn't the kind written about in novels, dramatic scenes, airports, and tears on pavements. It was quiet, warm, as if they had known each other from another life, and this life was simply the continuation. She would send him an unfinished sentence, and he would complete it without asking what she meant. He would sometimes go quiet, and she would sit beside him without asking him to speak. They understood each other in a way no one had ever understood either of them before. And the story could have been complete. It could have been the happy ending where people say, and they lived happily ever after. But one day, Salma sat alone with herself and thought, and realized that love alone is not always enough. She loved him. That was never in question. But she also loved a version of herself that was not yet complete. She had dreams she had not yet touched, places she had not yet visited, things she wanted to live through alone before living them with someone else. And Adam deserved a woman who was fully present, not a woman who was half with him and half somewhere else. In their last meeting, there was no shouting, no accusations, no harsh words said to leave a mark. There was only a long silence, a look that said everything, and tears that neither of them hid. She said to him, "You are the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me, but if I stayed, I would not be fair, not to you and not to myself." And he did not reply, because deep inside, he knew she was right, and that was the hardest part. Not that she chose to leave, but that he could not tell her, "You are wrong." She walked away and turned back once, and saw him standing where she left him, watching her grow distant with the same smile she had loved from the very first moment. But this time it was different. It was a farewell smile, the smile of someone saying without words, "I will be all right, and I hope you will be too." Months later, Adam was walking down an old street when he heard a song she used to love, and he smiled. Not from pain, but from gratitude. Gratitude that life had given him the chance to know someone he loved that deeply. And Salma, somewhere far away, looked up at the stars one night and thought of him. She did not regret her decision, but she wished, in one honest moment with herself, that life had been a little simpler, and that love alone had been enough. Some stories do not end in togetherness, and some people enter your life not to stay, but to teach you something about yourself you never would have known without them. Salma and Adama did not lose each other. They chose to keep each other in the most beautiful way possible, a memory untouched by bitterness and a love that never turned into a wound.